Today I want to talk about the forms Let's Steal and Vote Standing. But before we even get into these abilities, I think people need to understand that Quincy's as a race are elite, just like Reishi manipulators. Like, that is their power as a whole, essentially. Besides, like, scripts and other thing, they're essentially elite Reishi controllers. But to get it started, Let's Steal is the old form that Yuryu uses against Mayuri. It was taught to him by Soken Ishida, who was basically just a studier of all the old Quincy techniques. He also taught all that bullshit to his son, Ryukin. But that's besides the point. But the best way to describe Let's Steal is it basically allows the Quincy's, who are Reishi manipulators, like I stated before, it allows them to control the Reishi in the surrounding area, basically absorb it all in, while also burning through their own channels, basically like a massive adrenaline rush. But since they burn their own power, this essentially allows them to never use it again. I feel like this might work in a similar manner as Muget's, but I am not to be sure yet since we don't have much information on that. I feel like as if when Ichigo uses Muget's, he doesn't really gather in Reishi from the surroundings, but I think he burns through his own channels when he uses that for sure. But more of the story is, Let's grants us a massive boost of power that really will take a Quincy to Bankai level immediately. And I'd say Ishida's family is probably the only family who probably even knows it now, generally because it's just assumed to be an outdated Quincy technique in general. But now we have Vote Standing. And like I mentioned before, Quincy's are Reishi manipulators. But Vote Standing works very similar to Let's, but the only difference is it changes where the power is concentrated to. Instead of focusing on your own channels to burn up that energy, I'd say the Quincy's, they use a center. They center it towards like a halo of energy. Like every Vote Standing has a halo, and the halo is called the Helen Geshin or some shit like that. I'm probably mispronouncing it, or I might not be. I don't know. But more of the story is, this halo circulates the energy from the surroundings instead of focusing it on your channels. So you're basically drawing the source of power from an infinite source of Reishi from the area while not putting the pressure on your body itself, essentially allowing you to reuse this energy over and over again. So I'd say when compared to Let's Steal, it probably has a more concentrated usage of power, probably more of a more consistent output of power, but it's infinite and you can reuse it over and over again, and it's not going to burn you out immediately. But those were just the basic consensus of the two techniques. Vote Standing still has the added benefits of Reishi wings and Reishi spiritual weapons. Like, Vote Standing gives you flight, and it gives you enhanced Reishi weapons. So it's obviously just the better technique all in all. But let me know what y'all think down below.